Good morning, intrepid readers. Here we are with our newest video version of Kelly's Conundrum from August 31st, 2016. It was titled The Mystery of Whether Things Have Gone Too Far. So, I have this friend at the gym. His name is Richard, and he sends me things. He's very well read, and he has a bunch of magazines, and his business is investing, so he's always keeping up with what's going on in the world, and he sends me things. He sends me articles and magazine pieces and video links to things about world issues that he thinks I would be interested in, which I then turn around and turn into a blog, like this one called The Mystery of Whether Things Have Gone Too Far. Now if I had the money to pay him as like my publicist or my assistant or one of those things, I would totally do it. But I don't. So I will just say, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard. You're my hero for giving me cool stuff. So anyway, if you look at my blog site right now for this blog, July 31st, you will see a link to an article. And the article is called Why I Stopped Writing About My Children. And it's a really well done article from a very talented author who blogs. That's what she does. And she talked to her dad one day, and he said, why are you writing about your kids? Or I think you should stop writing about your kids. I can't remember exactly. You'll have to go read the article. But he was concerned about the things that she was talking about as far as her kids went, that they could then read later in life and be embarrassed by or humiliated by, or, kids do a lot of funny stuff and a lot of interesting stuff. And it's something that writers, anyway, I read the article and had this immediate, visceral, knee-jerk reaction to it because I love writing about my kids. I have 2 little boys. They are so great. They're so great and interesting and funny, and they do funny stuff all the time. You all know, anyone that has kids know, they say funny things. They do funny things all the time, and I love to write about that. I do that often. So I had this immediate reaction like, oh my God, I don't do anything bad. I don't do anything that my kids could suffer for later. Just like I was just so upset right off the bat. So I feel like I'm really conscious of what I'm putting out there as far as my boys are concerned. Like, I don't put pictures of them on the internet. I don't, I'm conscious of it. But then I was like, God, is this me in my own Shakespearean tragedy of methinks she does protest too much? I don't know. But this blogger decided to stop writing about her kids. She apparently was, her kids are teenagers now or older now, and she talked about things, adolescent things, kids that deal with issues like masturbation or issues, those kinds of things that are tough to live, I guess, probably tough to read about happening in your own life at a point in your future. I'm not sure. I don't really plan on writing about those things, but it made me sad. I don't ever want to hurt my children. I don't ever want to do anything that they can read about in the future. And that was the decision. That's the decision that she made, and that's the decision that I feel like I have to make. It's like, are they going to be able to look back and say, we were so cute when we were young. Our name was on most every tongue, but not lately. And just laugh it off and say, that's my crazy mom, always writing about every single stinking thing I do. Or are they going to be humiliated or mortified or upset? And I don't ever want that to happen. I went back and looked at a bunch of stuff that I had written about them, and I feel pretty good about it. I think that they, even now at 8 and 10, they could probably read it and appreciate that it's just their mom, who has told them, by the way, that it's my job to embarrass them whenever I can. Their dad's and my job is to embarrass them in public whenever possible, but not with anything icky. Like, oh yeah, let's dance right now. Or, oh yeah, I have a joke to tell that's clean and really, really cheesy. Or, woo woo, yay for my kid. And I'm going to just embarrass you to death by cheering so loudly. And so I don't think that we're doing anything. I feel like, despite my defensive posture that I have right now, as far as this issue, I think I've come to terms with it. And I'm unlike this blogger who has decided she's just going to write about something else besides her children. She's looking at nature and her surroundings and everything. So she's made this drastic change. I, on the other hand, have looked back at what I've done, and in my opinion, most of what I write about is about 98.7% focused on me, right? It's my own little solipsistic, self-absorbed party about Kelley. And my children are bit players in my writing, I think. But either way, I feel I want to thank Richard. Let's end this by saying I would like to thank Richard for sending me this article, because what it has succeeded in doing is making me more aware. Like, I'm going to use the article, and so thank the blogger as well. I'm going to use the article as a litmus test for my future writings where my children are concerned, and make sure that it's something that they can either look in the future and just roll their eyes and say, oh, that crazy mom, we know she loves us, we know that she's having fun, and we know that this is her job, but never where they feel hurt or humiliated or ashamed. That's going to be the litmus test. I never want to hurt them, and I want them to be proud of me. So thank you, Richard. Thank you, blogger. And that's going to be my litmus test for the future of writing about my children. If I screw it up, please don't hesitate to contact me and heckle me. Okay? But like I said, I'm going to be super conscious about writing about my children in the future. Now, as far as my husband goes, he is a full-grown, fully formed adult human being. So he's on his own. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear your views. So until next time, stay mystified.